Hey, what up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the Random Pick. Now, we're going to be doing a regular one today where I use the transfer market for my random players as opposed to a live one where I've got Siri and we go through my club. I figured my club hasn't changed too much lately, so let's pick some special items off the market. So, in terms of players we're going to get today, I've set it between 100k and a minimum of 50k, special items only. And we'll go with the highest rated player on our random page. Page number 3 is our first one, and 87 rated Verratti is the player we need to use. Guys, if you do enjoy today's video, do me a favour, smash a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new. So special items only for our 3 main players. We get a Ultimate Scream, and we then get ourselves a UCL Rare, which is Pjanic, so +1s on all of his other stats, but that seems like, you know, pretty decent looking card to be fair. And then finally on page number 9, I believe it is, we get a third different card type, which is going to be, as you can see, the majority of this page is pretty much taken up all by Bernardo Silva in form. 86 overall rating. Like, I'm pretty fine with that. Those are 3 players that I could quite happily use. 2 kind of centre mids and 1 winger. And I've got an idea for a squad. So, as always, it is time to go in and choose our formation. And we will start with the base 4-3-3 number 3. It's one of the easiest ones to, like, hybrid a squad up and get what you need for chemistry reasons. And then know that you can change your game plans on FIFA 19 to actually play your favourite formations in game. So, we start with, obviously, the 2 midfielders in their DM spots. Right DM for Verratti, left DM for Pjanic, and then right wing for Bernardo Silva. The team around them looks a little bit like this. So I've got players from Serie A, the Prem, French Ligue 1, and also the Spanish La Liga, who we start with Neto in goal, getting that perfect link to Gabriel Paulista at centre-back, 2 Brazilians who play for Valencia. It's going to help us with our chemistry. I've then got Kimpembe in like a triangle of PSG players, and we have the UCL Munier instead of just the regular one. I thought, why not? I'll go and pick him up. He looks pretty good. And then Alexandra at left back, one of, if not the best left back on the game. That, well, definitely the best one that I've used so far. I'm sure there maybe are a couple of better ones though. So our first random pick player is Miralem Pjanic, 87 rated. The Bosnian who plays for Juve has got 87 dribbling and 87 passing as his main standout stats. Only 3-star skill moves. For some reason I thought he had 4. Which was a bit of a letdown, not gonna lie, but he does have a 4-star weak foot, medium work rate, it's 5'10", seems kind of average with a couple of half-decent stats. We then have Marco Verratti, who is a ultimate screen player with 290 stats, right? So he's already got the 89 dribbling. That's something that Verratti's known for. But he's been boosting the shooting and the passing up to 90 in each of those stats. So he should be able to hopefully score some goals for us today because we will be playing him in the centre of midfield. He has got 4-star skills and weak foot though, so, you know, pretty positive on that. But he's only 5'5". He's a very small footballer, so like that might be a bit of an issue on a very physical game. Next up, we have Fernandinho just holding things down in the middle. I needed a perfect link because he comes down and links to absolutely no one apart from Gabriel Jesus, who is our main striker today. Alongside, we have Douglas Costa, the Brazilian, plays for Juve, gets that link to Gabriel Jesus, also gets a link to Pjanic, of course, so it sort of ties the team up quite nicely. And then, of course, we have our main man, our third and final random pick player, that is going to be Bernardo Silva. The Portuguese man is, well, 86 overall, 81 pace, 85 passing, 90 dribbling. That's the stat that I'm looking at. 4-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot, left-footed on the right-hand side. So most likely going to be chopping inside to then whip that ball into the back of the net. But that's the squad. It's actually going to play like this in-game. If I was to set my game plan up, which I did, it would play exactly like this. So this is the formation it switches to in-game. And it gets all 3 of our main players quite well involved. Cam for Bernardo Silva, nice and involved, going to be our main playmaker, and then have Verratti and Pjanic behind him as the 2 centre mids running up and down that pitch, hopefully can get involved as well. Now, I don't know what it was. I've got an idea of what it is, actually. I'm in Division 5 on this account. I didn't do so great in my initial placements, and actually, I don't play that many games over here because I'm more focused on my road to glory, as I'm sure you guys are aware. So I come up against good people in Division 5 all the time. And I feel like I get beaten all the time and scored loads against all the time. Whereas I'm in a much higher division. I'm in Division 4, but a much higher skill rating on my Road to Glory account. And I can hold my own against a lot better teams. And against players with a much higher skill rating. So what I got a feeling is going on is like, you know, there's this whole controversy about what, you know, rewards within division rivals. Is that I feel like I'm playing quite a lot of the time. I feel like I'm playing against guys that are way higher skill level than me, but they've relegated themselves because it's just more worthwhile or less stressful, or the rewards are just easier to attain in Division 5 and stuff, which I don't like. But obviously I can understand it. Why would you put loads and loads of effort in Division 2, Division 1 if you're not going to be compensated for it, you know? So really it lies on, we need the rewards to be tiered better. Like if you are at the top of your game in Division 1 and stuff, you should be getting like absolutely crazy rewards and that. So hopefully that comes at some point in time. Hopefully they decide to like restructure that somehow, because it's kind of shocking, kind of weird when you see that like there's some Division 5 and Division 4 rewards which are just way more worthwhile than if you play loads in Division 2. It seems a bit weird. But that being said, I scored a fair amount of goals. I struggled like crazy though. Like I did pick up some losses with this one, and it really made me think that well, my two midfielders just weren't quite cutting it. Verratti and Pjanic. Now, they are not two midfielders that I would necessarily ever pick up, ever use, because, I don't know, they don't really fit my style. Their stats don't look that amazing to me. You know, they're slow, and you know, Pjanic hasn't got the 4-star skills, which is something I look for a lot of the time, or he's not super well-rounded, you know, like lots of 80 stats and stuff. Verratti's super small, he's very slow, and I like the look of the ultimate screen because he has been boosted up to 90 shooting, 90 passing, but I don't know, the real shining star of the squad, apart from Douglas Costa scoring a bunch of goals, was Bernardo Silva. I actually really liked him, and being at a cam spot like did him a world of good. He really got involved. I scored lots of these finesse shots from outside of the box. I conceded an awful lot of them as well. Oh yeah, that makes me think. My goalkeeper Neto this time around had absolutely no hands. Wouldn't recommend you using him. Just, you know, based off of what I've played tonight, it just seems pretty crazy. Doesn't seem very good. Whereas I swear I've used him before and thought he was pretty good. So it's all situational based on the games that you play and stuff. But he wasn't really saving anything for me when I was playing these games. So don't really rate him as an 84 rated goalie. My two centre-backs, I don't really have much of an issue with them. They do a lot of AI defending, of course. Kimpembe and Paulista, like they're nicely positioned and stuff, and two decent centre backs in this game. No issues with Alexandro. I've got to say that Munier feels a little slow, especially on like the acceleration. Like he's kind of clunky. He's 6'3" and he doesn't have the greatest acceleration, so it's understandable. But then when you move up into the midfield, and I don't really have pace on all three of my sort of main centre mids and my DMs, it can be a bit of an issue. So Pjanic, I'm afraid, gets a 2.5-star value for money, 6.5 out of 10. That's below average rating for him. I just don't think you should pay the money for little plus ones here and there. Like some players, maybe it's worth it if you think you're getting a good deal and stuff, but this particular time, no, it just was not worth it. I'd rather pay 15k for his normal card. Verratti gets a 3.5-star value for money, so slightly better, 7.5 out of 10. I would say that is bordering on average. Like the fact that he had the boosted shooting and, you know, could score me an easy penalty or score me quite a nice finesse shot from outside the box really kind of saved him a little bit, and that's what I would say about him. So not the greatest of scores for our two players so far. Fernandinho was pretty good as a defensive mid, but again, relatively slow, and it just felt slow throughout the middle. Gabriel Jesus this year is absolutely nothing on what he was last year, in my opinion. That's the second or third time I've used him now and thought, he just doesn't quite cut it for me. And I notice it as well. When I play against him, he doesn't really do anything against me now. So he's not as good as he was in previous FIFAs. Douglas Costa's great this year. No issues with him. Very quick and skillful. And then Bernardo Silva gets a 4.5-star value for money and an 8.5 out of 10. I really rated him. I liked him a lot. There was one game where I got a red card, so I, not with him, but I dashboarded the game after I'd scored 5 goals in the game. So I think he might have scored a goal a game or had 5 goals or more assists in the 6 game. So really, really good contributions for him. I liked him a lot. The weak foot is a problem, but he's very tricky, and he gets in good positions, really helps out that attack, especially if you play him as a cam. So there you go, guys. That is the random pick for you today. I do hope you enjoyed. If you have, do me a favor, smash a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. Most importantly, have a lovely Sunday, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.